Hello and welcome to this new tutorial in which I'm going to explain how you can make your apps built with SeattleCloud survive the company shutdown. Okay, as you know, the company closed like last month. Okay, and they are giving some time until January 31st in order to use the platform. Okay, so after that date, it's very soon. Your apps might stop working. Okay, and I know that a lot of users from Seattle Cloud are really desperate to find solutions so that they can keep their apps still work. Okay, so I'm going to provide one solution, which is importing those apps into Codoozer. Okay, so it's going to be a super simple process. It will take like 1 minute to 5 minutes, depending on the type of app you have on Seattle Cloud. Okay, so yeah, so let's keep watching this video and you'll learn how to import your apps. Okay, so let me give you some explanation about Codoozer, what Codoozer is. It's going to be very short, but it's going to be very useful as well. Okay, so well, Codoozer is a new platform for creating software without programming. Okay, it's been on the market for 6 months, but the thing is that the people behind Codoozer are people with huge experience in the do-it-yourself app builder industry. Okay, so it's built by people who come from MobbingCube, okay, which is one of the most popular do-it-yourself app builders. Okay, so the quality is guaranteed. Okay, in fact, it's a different tool. Codoozer is not the typical drag and drop app builder. Okay, it's a bit more technical than those, but will allow you to create super advanced apps. So yeah, so let's get started and see how I'm going to import two apps from Seattle Cloud. Okay, so well, I have this account in Seattle Cloud and I created these two templates. Okay, it's the same app, the wine bar template. I didn't add information, I just took the template, but I made two different versions. The first one is without tabs. You know that in Seattle Cloud, when you create an app, you can decide the type of navigation. You can use an app without tabs, or you can use tabs or side menus, things like that. So in the first example, I'm going to use a no navigation app, I mean without tabs. And this is going to be the most simple process. So importing this type of apps is going to take like 1 minute maybe. Well, maybe at the beginning you need more minutes, but with some experience, you'll see that it's super fast. And the thing is that this solution is going to let you import the apps so that you don't need, I mean, there are other app builders that offer their services in Seattle's Cloud Forum. But as far as I know, some users told me that with those app builders, they need to start the app from scratch. I mean, they can upload certificates so that they can generate APK files that will work on Google Play. But the thing is that they need to start the app from scratch and rebuild the apps in those app builders. Okay, so the thing is that with Codoozer, we are going to import the exact same app that you already have on Seattle Cloud. It's going to be super simple, and then you won't need to create your app from scratch. So, well, in the future, I mean, this is only for saving the situation on January 31st. Okay, because the thing is that apps built with Seattle Cloud, they are not native. They used to announce themselves as a tool that allows you to create native apps, but in fact that was not true. So with Seattle Cloud, you basically are creating web-based apps, and then they encapsulate all, I mean, they wrap the web app inside a native wrapper. Okay, but almost all the app is web based. So the thing is that if in the future, if you want to edit your app and add more things, you will have two options. You will be able to change the HTML code that they provide, and resubmit it to Codoozer, and then you will have those changes. But this is not the most appropriate solution for you in case you don't know how to code in HTML. But the thing is that in the future, you will be able to start replacing those HTML pages from your SeattleCloud into, I mean, by native pages on Codoozer. Okay, but we will talk about that in the future. For now, we just want to save the situation and let your apps keep working after January 31st. Okay, so well, I'm going to open this first app without tabs. And as you know, you can download here on SeattleCloud, you can download this backup. So just download, this is going to give you a zip file. Okay, well, I already have it here. This is my zip file, okay, with all the files from your app. Okay, you see that here you have images and you also have some files that have this HTML extension. Okay, like this one or this one, okay, this one. These are the pages or the screens of your app. So, well, we have this zip file. I would recommend to change the name because they are putting your username and your ID or something. Okay, so let's do something like, I always recommend to use a short name like no tabs.zip. Okay, so this is the backup of my app, and I'm going to use it on Codoozer. So go to Codoozer. You can create I mean, if you don't have an account, just create one. It's free for creating an account. Okay, after this tutorial, at the end, I will talk about the prices. Okay, it's going to be super cheap. I mean, you are not going to spend more than in SeattleCloud, so this is super good solution or super good alternative for you then. But we will talk about that later. Okay, now we are, as soon as you enter your account, then you need to start a new project from scratch. And then you will see all these folders and this file. Okay, so well, today I'm not going to explain how to use Codoozer, how to do everything with Codoozer. I'm going directly straight to the point. Okay, I'm going to explain what things you need to change in order for your app to keep working. Okay, so well, here you have the name. I mean, select this app file, and here you have the name. This is the name that people will see when they install the app. Okay, so this is the final name or the real name, the title of your app. So you should put a nice title here, like wine bar template or app or something. Okay, in case you need multi-language, you can click here and then start adding languages. I mean, this is the default text, but you can add more languages. I mean, you have these options, but you can add your own, like IT for Italian. Here you need to use the ISO codes for your language. I don't know how to say that. Bar Bino, or I don't know. Anyway, you can put your all the languages or all the titles of the app in different languages here. Okay, then this is the project name. This is an ID only for you, so that you can recognize your project. So here we can use like wine bar SeattleCloud, something like that. Okay, then here on Android, extend this, and this is very important. This is the Android package name. So here you have to put the exact same package name that you used on SeattleCloud for, I mean, the one that you used when you submitted your app to Google Play. Okay, because if you want to replace your app on Google Play so that you don't lose your users and your positioning and everything, you need to replace. I mean, you don't need to submit a new app on Google Play. We are going to replace the one that you already have. So here you should put the package name that you already have. So I'm not sure how it looks like. Maybe com.seattlecloud, something like that, dot my wine bar. I mean, this is up to you, something like that. Okay, then the version, this is also very important. You have to put a number here that is higher than the one you have on Google Play. Okay, so imagine that your current version on Google Play is 6, then here you have to put 7. And the version name is the way you want to show to your users, maybe 1.0.7, or you can use 7.0.0. I mean, this is less important. The important thing is the version and the package name. Okay, then we have this already. Now we should put our zip file, our backup. So, well, we had this file, the notabs.zip, and we need to put it inside our app. So we have this folder, the rest folder. This is where we have all the resources. So click on this plus button to add a new resource, and just take this file and drop it here in this box. Okay, you can close notifications, and now here we have our file. So now we are going to use this file. So here on the views folder, here's where we have all the pages of our app, or the screens of our app. Okay, so, well, by default, when you start a new project from scratch, you will have this main view already created with these 3 components. We have an image, a text, and another text. They are defined here on this content. Okay, as you see, I mean, the interface of Codoozer is a bit technical. I mean, it's not drag and drop, but it's super easy to use, you'll see. So if we want to remove these elements or components, just click here on this red button. Okay, and that's it. So now we only need to add a web component, because as I told you, our backup is basically, I mean, our SeattleCloud backup is basically a web app. It's web content. So we are going to add a web component. Click on the plus button to add a component, and then search for web. Okay, and well, here we need to put an ID. So my web, for example. And then we have to define the width and height. The width should be, we can change this to 100%, so it takes the whole screen. And the height can be fill. I mean, fill, with fill, we are letting the app know that this component will take all the space possible. So since we only have this component, then it will take the whole screen's height. Okay, in the next video I will talk about monetization, how you can monetize your apps, and we will place a banner here on the bottom. Okay, so the web component will take all the space available. Okay, so, well, now we have to add some parameters, and the first one is going to be file. So we want to let the app know, or the component know where to get the content. So we have this zip file, the one we uploaded. Okay, so now that's it. Basically, we are. I mean, basically, we have everything right now. Okay, we define the package name, the version, and also the content. Now we uploaded our backup, and now we are using it. Okay, so we don't really need to add anything else. Okay, well, in case you want to avoid zooming, by default I think it's false, but you can make sure of that. Or in case you want zooming, you could put this to true. Okay, well, and then another thing, since we are using a Note tab app from SeattleCloud, we don't need this action bar on the top, or the toolbar. So how can we remove this bar? So, well, all the views are always wrapped into what we call the wrapper, the view wrapper. Okay, so, and the view wrapper is the one that contains the bar on the top, the side menu like this one. Okay, so we are going to remove those. So in this view, you see this parameter that says wrapper. This is telling us the wrapper that this view is using. And by default, all the new projects have one wrapper, which is the main wrapper. You can create more, or you can edit this one. So we are going to remove the action bar and the drawer, which is the side menu. So now we go to our main view, and you see now it's it's not here. Okay, well, you don't see the web content here basically because this is a brand new feature. I mean, we had these web components in Codoozer with this parameter called URL. Okay, this was meant to display only remote websites, but in order to help you with the transition from SeattleCloud to another app builder, we just created like 2 days ago this new feature to add files so you can have local websites inside the app. Okay, so we only had time to put it here and also in the apps, but not here in the simulator. Okay, so if you don't see anything here, don't worry about that. It will work. So now we are going to test it. So I'm going to export it and I will install it in my phone and I will show you how the app looks like. Okay, so click on here on export and then export to APK. Oh, wait, sorry, I forgot one thing. The icon of the app. By default, and our new project has this icon, which is here, always in the icon folder inside REST folder. Okay, so this is the icon of our app. So how can we replace it? So we just need to upload a new PNG file here on the icon folder. And I guess we have it here inside our backup. Yeah, I think this is the icon of our app. This is for iOS, but I guess, or this one. Yeah, I guess we can take this one. Or the logo, or I mean, any other icon. I mean, if you have one, let me copy it here. Okay, so we have this. I'm not sure about the size of this icon. It's 180. I mean, the size is not really important right now. Ideally, you could create different icons for different sizes, but you can use, you have to name it like this. Put icon underscore, and then you can use 180, the size, okay? And just upload it to the icon folder. Okay, and now you can remove the old one. This will take the icon for the app, okay? So now click here on export, and you have two options: the download CDC file. Okay, this is the backup for Codoozer. Okay, and Codoozer now works in local mode, so all the things you do are stored locally in your browser. Okay, and this is not very safe because sometimes the browser can have problems with the internal database. So you should always, I mean, when you are working on your apps, you should from time to time, you should just download the CDC file. So you have it in your computer, okay? So if something happens to the browser, then you will be able to keep working on your project just by uploading the CDC file that you already downloaded in the past, okay? And then you can export to APK. Okay, and this process will take like from 1 to 3 minutes maybe. So yeah, so you just need to wait some minutes and then you will get the APK file. Okay, this APK that we are generating right now is not ready to be uploaded on Google Play because I didn't add the certificate. I mean, if you want to replace your apps, it's not only about changing the Android package name, and the version number, you need also to use the same certificate SeattleCloud used to use to sign your apps. Okay, I mean, if you have apps published on SeattleCloud, you can download the certificate from the website. So go to your SeattleCloud account, open your app, and download the certificate. If you don't find it, you can ask them before 31st of January. Okay, this is very important because after January 31st, no one is going to answer. So you should get all the backups from your apps on SeattleCloud and also the certificates because every app has a different certificate. Okay, so if you don't have all the certificates from your apps, please hurry up and download them. Okay, so Well, I'm going to, well, if you click here on download, you will download the APK. And if you click in these three dots, you will get this QR code. So I'm going to install this in my app, in my phone. And here you can see my app. Okay. Well, I have all the things. Well, this is a template, so I didn't put all the information, but you can see that it works exactly that it was supposed to work on SeattleCloud. Okay. I have, well, in this case, they have the navigation inside the web. Okay, so this is not the native side menu, but they have it like this. Okay, so it works perfectly. So this is great, right? So finally, in case we need to upload this to Google Play, we will need to put the certificate. So after you download the certificates from SeattleCloud, you will get um, a pfx file and a readme.md file. Okay, so this is the file you need to upload to Codoozer. So you see we have this folder here called certificates. So click on the plus button to add the certificate and just drop this file. Okay, and now it's here. And now we need to go to the app file, and inside the Android node, click here and add a certificate. Select the file you just uploaded, and now we need to enter one alias and two passwords. So, well, in the case of SeattleCloud, we are going to only have one password. So open this file, the readme.md, and here you have, this file is going to be provided by SeattleCloud. So just copy this password and put it here. Okay, in this, the same in both places. And now we need to find out the alias. So, this is not provided by SeattleCloud, but this is inside the certificate. So we need to explore the certificate, and there's this software called Key Tool Explorer. It's free. Okay, so you need to download it and install it in your computer. Okay, so I already have it. I'm going to open it. Tool Explorer. Oh. No, not Key Tool. Sorry, it's Key Store. Key Store Explorer. Now you have to open the pfx file. So open, and well, I already have my folder selected. So open this file, and here you need to put the same password. I think it's in my portfolio. Okay. So here you will have all the certificates inside your key store. Okay, so in the case of SeattleCloud, we only have one. So this is the entry name, is the alias or the alias that we need. Okay, so if you please select it, and now go to, I think it's here on Tools and Key Store Properties. And from here, select it and Command Copy or Control Copy if you are on Windows. And that's it. Go back to Codoozer and put it here. This is my alias. Okay, and that's everything you need. Now if you export a new APK, that will have the signing from SeattleCloud. So that APK will be ready to be submitted to Google Play, and it will replace your app. Okay, so basically that's all you need to know. Okay, so if you follow these steps, it's going to take, it took me more than 1 minute because I was explaining everything. Okay, but once you get familiar with Codoozer, this process is going to take only 1 minute, right? So, okay, so now I'm going to do more examples. I told you that I have another app that has tabs. Okay, this case is going to be different. We are going to need to do some extra work in this one, okay, because this one has these tabs. Okay, the thing is that I told you that Seattle Cloud apps are almost fully web-based, but there are some parts that are native. So this navigation is controlled natively. Okay, so this is not inside the backup. So we are going to do the same with Codoozer. We are going to use native tabs, and we will put the backup inside. Well, download the backup. I already have it here. This is my backup.zip. This is for the tabs. I can call it like wine tabs, for example. And well, here in this folder, I have the same basically. But now let's see the difference. Let's look the old one. The one without tabs had this page called index.html. Okay, this is the main page or the first page that you see. Okay, but now my backup doesn't have this index.html. Instead, I have these two pages. I have the tab1.html and the tab2.html. Okay, so these are my tabs basically. So this is going to make things a bit different. Okay, so now we're going back to Codoozer, and now we don't want only one view. We are going to need two views. So the first view is going to, let me change the ID. I'm going to call it tab1. Okay, and I'm going to change the title. The title is going to be, it could be type 1 or options, for example. I mean, this is going to be the title that will be shown on the tabs. So let's call it options. And the content is going to, well, I mean, now I need to upload a new file, not the notabs.zip. So let's go here to res, and I'm going to take this file, the one with tabs, put it here, and I'm going to delete the old one. Click here, and I'm going to change the file here on my web component. And I can call it like tab1 web, for example. Okay. And the thing is that if I leave it this way, the component will try to look for a file called index.html. So, but since that file doesn't exist, I'm going to need to tell the web component to use a different file. So how can we do that? So click on plus button and add a URL. Okay, and here we need to put this. Okay, this is very important. You need to write it the same way I do. So add assets with two S letters like this, then dot cdc slash web slash, now I need to put the name of my file, winetabs.zip slash, and the web, and the page that we want to load. It's going to be tab1.html. Okay, this will change, well, depending on your app, and this will change depending on the name you use for your file, but this part is going to be always the same. Okay, and well, just to make sure, you can go to your app and check that you have tab1.html. Okay, and since we have two tabs, we are going to need a different, an extra view. Okay, so go to views and click on plus, and we are going to call this tab 2. Okay, so go to tab 2, and we need to put a title. It can be social, for example. And the wrapper, we have to tell this view which wrapper to use. We only have one wrapper right now. We are going to use this one. Okay, and now we have to put the content. So we basically are going to copy the same component. Go to tab 1, click on this button to copy this component. Now go to tab 2 and click on this icon to paste it. So change the name, tab 2 web, for example, and change this, the URL. Now go to tab2.html, right? So now we have two views, and now we need to put the tabs. Okay, so those tabs are in the wrapper. So select the main wrapper and click on plus button, and we are going to add a pager. A pager is the controller that controls the different tabs. So add a pager, select tabs, and now we have to tell this pager which views we want to use here. So click on plus at tab 1 and then tab 2. Okay, now you see that we have our two tabs. Okay, forget about this, what you see here in the app. You will see your zip file. Okay, and then you might want to change the colors. Okay, now it's green, but if you want to change that, go to app, and here you have these colors list. Okay, you see that some of them show this red button in case you want to remove them, but the ones on the top are always mandatory. Okay, these are the main colors of your app. So basically all the tab bars, action bars, and some things of your apps are, I mean, they get by default these colors, so you need to change them in case you want to change the style of your app. For example, let's make this like blue. Okay, but you see that it added some transparency. This is an error in Codoozer, so make sure that you change this to 1. Okay, then we can get dark blue. Again, you see this alpha. You can put 1 here, or you can just remove the 2 first letters here. Okay, and the primary light, let's take a blue, light blue, and remove these 2 letters. Okay, and then the text on primary, this is the color that will be used for text that are placed on a primary background, like the action bar. So put this to white. Okay, now we go to our main wrapper, and you see now we have the bar in blue. Okay, basically that's it. So we are going to generate, export to APK, and I will show you my phone. Okay, so my app is ready. I'm going to scan it. Okay, so here's my app. I think I took the wrong color for the, I mean, it was not using the text on primary. Maybe it was a different one. Okay, because I don't see my tabs in white, but you see the blue color. We will try to fix that in the next example. Okay, but now you see the same app. I have the web app inside, and then I have these 2 tabs. So I can change tabs, and I see different pages. Okay, I can also swipe because this is a pager. Okay, but you see it's super simple. Now, well, we have some extra options. If you go to the wrapper and here in the pager, you can have these 2 extra parameters. And the first one is going to be the tab style. In case you had icons in your bar, you can select, I mean, by default you have only the title of the view, but you can also use icons or icons and title. So let's pick this one. And well, in case you are going to use icons, then you have to define the icon for every tab. Okay, so for the tab 1, we are going to add an icon, but first we are going to add the resources. So I have this, well, I don't have icons here, but I'm going to use, for example, these 2 icons. So yes, drag and drop them any place here, and then they will be added here on the res folder. You see here and here. So for the tab 1, we are going to add 1 icon and select this file, for example. And for tab 2, we are going to add the icon parameter and select tab 2. Okay. So Yeah, so now we can generate, and well, we also have this parameter, the tabs position. So by default is on top, but we can change it to bottom. Okay, and let me check the colors. Text on primary. Okay, or maybe it was this text. The, no, I don't think it's this one anyway. Well, we will check this because I mean it should use the text on primary. Maybe something is wrong. We will try to fix it in case this doesn't work. Okay, now we can generate again. And here's my app. Now you see my tab bar on the bottom with two, now it's white. Okay, so maybe I changed it after generating the APK, okay, but now it's right. So yeah, I have my icon and title, you see? And the behavior is the same. So, well, if you had more tabs, I mean, in this example, I only have 2, but if you have like 5 tabs, you need to create 5 views, but it's always the same. You just need to change um, the URL to tab 1 to tab 2, tab 3, and that's all you need, okay? So in my last example, I'm going to, instead of using tabs, I'm going to use the side menu, okay? This is also going to be in the wrapper, okay, not in the view. So go to the main wrapper, and here you can add, well, normally if you want to have a side menu, you will need an action bar, okay, this bar here on the top that will show the menu button, okay? And well, for the pager in this example, we're going to remove the tabs, okay? I'm going to keep the pager here. You can remove it, but I'm going to keep it because I still want the swipe gesture, okay? So I can swipe views with my finger, okay? But if you don't want that effect, you should remove the pager, okay? Now we have to add this drawer, okay? And now you see, now we have the drawer here. It's empty because I have to define the menu. By default, every new project on Codoozer has one menu created. It's called main menu. Okay, now you see my 2 options. So if you want to edit this menu, click on here, or well, you can go to this folder and here's the main menu. Okay, so it has 2 options by default. Well, in this example, I have 2 tabs, so I'm going to keep these options, but you can add more options or you can delete options. Okay, so the first option is called option 1. I'm going to, let's remove these languages. I'm going to click here. I'm going to type options. And the second one, I'm going to call this one like social. Okay, so if you go to the wrapper, you see now I have changed these texts. Go back to the menu and we can add icons. Now the menu is not going to take the icons from the view. You have to define the icon here. So pick icon and again icon tab 1 and icon tab 2. If you go back to the wrapper, you will see these 2 buttons. Okay, now I have to define the behavior in the menu. So if they click here, I want to go to the view tab 1, and if they click here, I want to go to the view tab 2. So go back to the main menu and we are going to create this parameter called onClick. So this is going to define the behavior. And here we are going to add a function. Functions are behaviors. So click here and there's one function called goTo. So and then we enter the function goTo and then we have to select the destination view. Here is going to be tab 1. Okay, and the same for the option 2, add the onClick, add the goTo function, and then tab 2. Okay, and we're almost done. Well, let's go back to the wrapper. And well, normally here we will have a header. So it's not here if we don't have content, but it will be there in the app. So we can define the icon of the app, for example, here, and some instructions like the title. Select one option, for example. Okay, and that's it. That's it. I mean, we don't need to change anything else. So let's export this APK. Okay, so now we have the app. I'm going to install it again. And here's my app. Now you see I don't have the tabs because I removed them. And I have this side menu, okay, with my icon, my title, and the two options. So if I change, okay, you see that you saw this scrolling, I mean horizontal scrolling. Okay, this is because I have the pager and I can still make the swipe gesture. So if you want to get rid of that, you should remove the pager in the wrapper. Okay, but it works. Okay, so well, and that's everything we need to know in order to import our apps from SeattleCloud. As you see, it's super simple. It only takes 1 minute. It might take like 3 minutes or 5 minutes if you have tabs. Okay, but the thing is that this is super simple. Okay, well, I guess you are wondering if this is going to cost you a lot. And the thing is that, let me explain that. Codoozer is very, well, it has a very fair pricing model. Okay, we are going to charge per app, but it's going to work this way. So we are based, I mean, Codoozer is not only a single product. Codoozer belongs to the Dojo family, which is do your own stuff technologies. So we have Codoozer for creating apps or creating software. We have Castot.io, which is for storing your digital files on the cloud. We have dojostories.com, which is for editing videos. And we are going to add more tools to the same family. Okay, so it's only one account. When you register on Codoozer, you are registering on Dojo. So you can use all the products with the same account. Okay, so in order to make things easy, instead of having subscriptions for each product, we are using a token-based subscription. It's like digital currency. It's called Dogecoin. So you will need one Dogecoin per month if you want to have one app active. Okay, one app for Android and one app for iOS. I mean, those are different. Even if it's the same app, you will need one Dogecoin per version. Okay, one Dogecoin for Android and one Dogecoin for iOS. Okay, so well, then there will be some subscriptions, but those subscriptions, they will only put Dogecoin in your wallet, in your account. Okay, so it's going to be one subscription that it's going to be $12 a month, and that will put one Dogecoin in your account. Then the next subscription is going to be $24 a month, and that will add 3 Dogecoin per month to your wallet. And the next one is, I think, $60 a month, and that's going to put 10 Dogecoin in your wallet every month. And the other one is $120 a month, and it's going to put 25 Dogecoin per month. Okay, so the price of the Dogecoin goes from $12 a month to $5 a month, depending on the amount that you buy. Okay, so what happens if you only need 2 Dogecoin per month because you have one app for Android and one for iOS? You can get the subscription that gives you 3 Dogecoin a month. Okay, so every month you are going to save 1 Dogecoin. You are going to use only 2, but you are going to get 3 every month. Okay, so that extra Dogecoin will remain in your wallet forever. Okay, so in the future, if you want to start making more apps, you are going to already have Dogecoin to spend on those apps, so you won't need to go to a higher subscription. Okay, or in case you have like 10 extra Dogecoin or 12 extra Dogecoin like in 1 year, and then you can stop your subscription and start using the Dogecoin that you already have. Okay, so well, this is how it's going to work very soon. Okay, we are still in beta version. This means that there are some things we want to finish, like showing your balance here on the website and adding the subscriptions. Okay, but you can use now Codoozer for Android. It's super developed. Okay, so you can create super amazing apps already. I mean, this is not beta, this is a real thing. Okay, but we like to call it beta only because we need to finish some things on the interface. Okay, and also the iOS version. The iOS version will be available probably February or March. Okay, but for this functionality, the one that you need to put a website, we already have that. So it's not in the website, but if you need that for your app, you can ask us and we will provide the iOS version for you. Okay, so the thing is that during this beta version, this beta stage, we are offering a super pricing. Okay, now you can get Dojo coins at, with super discount. You can come here to this button and you can start buying Dojo coins in order to use them in the future. Okay, now the price is $2 per Dojo coin. I think tomorrow is going to be $4. Okay, and still much cheaper than in the future. In the next months, we will put that price to $12. Okay, so if you get your Dojo coin now, you will be able to use them in the future. Okay, for example, if you buy like 24 Dojo coin, today is going to be $48. Okay, but with $48, you will be able to have your app active for 2 years. Okay, for 24 months at no extra cost. You won't pay anything else in 2 years. Okay, so it's going to be only $48 now for 2 years of your app. Okay, in SeattleCloud, I think you pay like $30 a month per app, something like that, right? So if you pay today $48, you will have your app for 2 years. So you are going to save a lot of money. Okay, so as you see, it's much affordable than SeattleCloud. Okay, so yeah, so that's it. That's all I wanted to tell you today. Okay, I'm going to record an extra video. It will be available soon in the same channel. So in that video, I'm going to explain how to monetize your app. Okay, because I guess in most cases you were using SeattleCloud to make your own money and using AdMob in your apps. Okay, that is not part of the backup that you downloaded from SeattleCloud. So we need to set the ad banners inside the native side of Codoozer. Okay, it's going to be super simple and you will see a video very soon explaining that process. Okay, so yeah, so see you in that video. Bye.